traveling around the country, eating in the fanciest of grocery stores. On this particular day, I was shopping for one of my favorite staples, peanut butter and jelly. And as I walked in, it had just been suggested to me. I just had a meeting in Los Angeles with Fred Roos, a producer. He produced Apocalypse Now and The Godfather Part 2 and The Black Stallion and several of Francis Ford Coppola's movies. And he agreed to meet with me, and we met. And he said, look, you really got to move to New York if you're going to be an actor, and they'd love to see you get into Broadway and do this and that. And I was like, man, but I'm going to miss my music. And I have to choose. And I couldn't pick. I couldn't choose. And when I was trying to get into the movies, and I was trying to be a musician, and I was trying to play for kids, and I was trying to play in nightclubs, and I was trying to play anywhere they'd have me, and I was doing all these different things, and nobody knew what I stood for. Nobody knew what I was all about. And they said, you have to do one thing. You need to pick one thing. And I resisted it because I am a complex individual. I'm capable of more than one thing. I can be an actor. I can be a musician. The rock stars do it. They go be in movies. Why can't I? I want to do it all. And all my advisors and my friends and even Fred Roos, they said, you have to pick one thing. And I did not want to do it because I wanted freedom. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And I walked into that grocery store after meeting with Fred Roos, and I was just torn because his advice, I mean, he's a very powerful and smart guy in Hollywood, and he's telling me what to do, and I'm like, I can't do that because I don't want to limit myself. I want to be free as an artist to express myself in the way I want to. And I walked down that aisle to buy my peanut butter. And I reached out to grab the Peter Pan because that's my favorite flavor. Peter Pan not only tastes good, reminds me of flying. Also, if you leave it in the car and it gets 120 degrees in Nevada, the Peter Pan can still be spread. And as I picked that jar off the shelf, it was so easy. I put it in my cart. I stopped. And it got me thinking. I picked that label up, that can, and I looked at the Peter Pan. Ingredients on the back. Even tells me where it was canned. Can't pronounce that city. And I realized this label makes my life easy because I'm the consumer. I'm in the grocery store. I'm in a hurry. I want to grab the peanut butter that I love, put it in the cart, and get on with my life. And what about the people who make that peanut butter? By putting that label on, by listing the ingredients, by telling me exactly what's in there, that it's going to be the same every time, they've given up their freedom. They've eliminated the possibility of changing because they feel like it. And it's a very different experience than going to a bake sale or an Amish sale and seeing jars of peanut butter written on with a Sharpie, and you're like, what's that one going to taste like? And you have no idea. It might be great, it might not. Maybe you do it for the experience, but you're probably not going to go buy it every time. You're not going to go seek it out because maybe in the spring they're like, ooh, dandelions. Maybe we'll sprinkle some dandelion juice in this peanut butter. That'll be interesting. Dandelions. You never know what's in here. Because I'm creative. And I'm not buying that peanut butter. I'm going to the store to get my Peter Pan because I love it. And the people who make Peter Pan have confined themselves completely to that jar, to that label. And they gave me the power. They allowed me to make the decisions. And who is your audience? Empower your audience. So rock stars, artists, they work very hard to make sure their label is really clear, because when you see that name on the marquee, you know exactly what to expect when you buy a ticket for Martina McBride. You know exactly what to expect when you buy Cirque du Soleil. No matter what the specific name is, you know what Cirque du Soleil stands for. It's a very specific label. And some labels you know to avoid. But who wants to go see this show? Now imagine the artist on stage preparing for this evening of entertainment. Absolute freedom. Let's just wait and see who shows up, and then we'll cater the show just for them. It'll be perfect. It'll be amazing. And who's going to show up? Nobody. Because people need the label. Empower the audience, and they will give you influence. Empower your audience, and they will give you more influence. Give up control to get influence.